Laramie Sasquatch Miller is a lion hunter in the mold of the old mountain men who were right partial to cougar meat and always had uses for their pelts. He's on their trail with his pack of trained treeing hounds.
Got a kitten in the tree.
Last season saw chases up sheer cliffs to towering ponderosas that the dogs could not be stopped from climbing to get to the bayed-up cats. Cats jump the trees or prove too young, and Sasquatch and his dogs hunted on. The big tomcat Laramie had spent the winter hunting finally was in his sights. But all the snow and weather left him with a misfire that he had to remedy in the field to take his lion. Laramie had his lion for the year, with its prized hide and meat, and memories that would be good enough to hold him through the days until the time comes around to get back once again on the track of the cat.
A knife ain't no good if it ain't sharp.
Half the joy of hunting is getting ready for hunting. This is a boy with a story to it, made from the antler of a bull elk by Laramie and his granddad. The two handmade even the knife scabbard. Like they say, a knife is never unloaded, so you want it at your side. You want your blade keen as a cutthroat razor because you use it for everything from cleaver to axe, and most of all, to keep you alive.
You look at that. That right there will mess you up. A couple years ago, I picked a cat up and ripped me wide open, had to have 16 stitches. And the thing was dead. Imagine if it was alive. Well, that's wrapping up another night at old Squatch's house. Never a dull moment.
With his lead dog cold trailing, it's time to saddle up and see where that trail may lead.
Tell you what, there's nothing like being on a horse in the Rocky Mountain. Can't beat it. Well, it just so happens found a lion track down in the bottom. I walked it out a little ways. Not paying attention, walking up the hill, I look up, here goes a lion's butt running around the corner. It was bedded, it had a little den right there. It was bedded down, sunning itself, just kind of hanging out for the day. Just turned a dog loose on it. Come walking up the hill, and I'd be dang, there's 2 more lion tracks. There's a total of 3 lions and 1 dog. That's not very good odds.
If his hound being outnumbered by lions weren't bad enough, there's an even more ominous sign.
We've got wolf tracks all over right here. Not good for the lion dogs.
Could his dog's baying be a cry for help? Sasquatch is riding in the Rockies, trailing big cats, and finding more trouble than he bargained for.
There's a total of 3 lions and 1 dog. There's not very good odds.
With 1 dog on the trail of too many lions, Laramie tries to even up the odds some.
Well, got a kitty in a tree. It looks like it's probably a 2-year-old cat, not very big, but it's a cat in a tree. That's always a plus. Cat don't look that small, but it's still got black rings around its legs, so you know it's young. Give it a couple years, and then you might think about it. You can't really tell on the screen how cold it really is out here. It's somewhat clear. Looks like it's a halfway decent day. It's 31 below zero. That's cold. Got to take it really slow because I don't want to start sweating and then have that sweat freeze on my body, and that can get dangerous real quick and in a hurry. So that's one thing you need to always remember. If you are out in the cold elements, try not to sweat, because sweating can lead to a disaster.
Some mountain men had to sweat to save their lives, like John Coulter. John Coulter came west with Lewis and Clark and stayed on. He and his trapping partner met up with Blackfeet in 1809, and his friend was soon dead. Killing Coulter wasn't good enough for the Blackfeet, though. They took Coulter's clothes and moccasins and told him to run. Sort of a foot race where the winner keeps his scalp. Coulter must have surprised the Indians by keeping ahead of them and their arrows. Coulter figured if he made the river, he stood a chance of getting clear. One brave did catch up to him, and Coulter grabbed his lance and broke it, stabbing him with the blade. But when the Blackfeet got there, Coulter was nowhere to be seen. He dived in and swum up into a beaver lodge, where he hid till dark, then crossed the mountains to freedom without a stitch on him. With no hot tracks for the hounds to follow, Laramie needs to make a warm camp for a frigid night.
150 years too late. Well, it looks like I might have to start wolf hunting.
Laramie and his dogs are tracking lions. So far, it's been more kittens than cats. This morning may bring him a big tom, or maybe something as dangerous.
Well, it looks like I might have to start wolf hunting. Got a lion track right back there and fresh wolf tracks right here. Look, he's even got blood in his track. They probably just killed something. It's a pretty good sized wolf track. Definitely don't want to be turning them dogs loose right here. That's just asking for trouble.
Instead of treeing or running from dogs, wolves up and eat 'em. Sasquatch reckons this might be a good day to do some wolfing.
A lot of people don't realize that's the biggest risk up here running cats, the wolves. They hear the sound of a dog, that's dinner bell to them. They're so territorial that they're gonna come see what's in their territory, and if they catch up with your dogs are in trouble. I don't care how bad your dog is, it ain't gonna stand up against a wolf.
Once nearly extinct here, wolves now flourish.
These wolves, hands down, are the smartest critter on the planet, in my opinion. They problem solve very well. It's like they can take two pieces of information, combine it, and then act on it, which most animals can't do that very well. That's why wolves have gotten to be such a problem in Montana, because they're so smart. You ain't gonna just go out there and kill them. They are devastating the elk and deer herds around here.
Nearly 1,700 gray wolves roam and hunt the northern Rockies. Continent-wide, there are some 70,000.
You call them in once, more than likely you ain't gonna call them in again. There's one specific wolf that likes to call this canyon home that I've called in twice, and he's still living. Either I'm just stupid or he's stupid, one of the two. Third time he ain't gonna be that lucky.
Stock-killing wolves are smart enough to escape hunters and trappers for years. Every Native American tribe has legends of wolves and often considers them clan animals, close to humans. They'll even hunt the wolf way in groups. For better or worse, the wolves are now moving out of Laramie's area.
Them wolves, you could not see tracks for 3 weeks, 4 weeks, and then all of a sudden they show up. They're capable of moving 100, 120 miles in one day. That's a long ways.
With the wolves gone on to other hunting grounds, Laramie knows he can turn his dogs out again after the lions.
That's not your typical house cat.
Sasquatch Miller on the trail of mountain lions with his dogs has treed some young cats. He's been hunting wolves too, who could pose a threat to his hounds, but now they've moved out.
There truly is nothing like coffee in the mountains.
Coffee's good, but much better is the sound of his dogs opening up on a lion.
Got a tiger in a tree, you can hear it. It's the sound of music in the morning. That's better than vultures. That's not your typical house cat. The one thing that makes me laugh, you always got these people, that's not how a cat looks in the tree, they're never relaxed. You look at that Tom, he don't have a care in the world, he's just waiting for us to let him go.
It's an improvement, but still not as big and mature a lion as Sasquatch is looking for.
They are magnificent animals, though. We're gonna let this big boy live to see another day. Come on.
Leaving this cat for another season, Laramie comes across evidence that lions have been on the hunt.
If you look right here, you can see it looks like a lion killed probably a deer. It's not big enough to be an elk. But you can see the lion's tracks right here, and then the big drag mark down the middle. It looks like it's probably last night sometime, but if it's a kill, that lion's got to be close.
A powerful killer. A mountain lion can take down and drag off an animal many times its own size.
Dude. That right there is a 500-pound elk calf. It amazes me the strength of them cats. I mean, wow. That cat drug it like it was nothing. All there was barely a little drag mark. I mean, this is a full last year's elk. So it's probably 500-pound calf. Look where he was bedded. He was bedded right there, 10 yards from his kill. Right underneath, he had him a nice little shelter. He was probably drinking some coffee, maybe had a cigar. He was hanging out until we showed up. Wow. This is gonna be a big cat.
A big cat left its calling card, and Laramie knows this is the lion for him to hunt. Ahead of him are trails to put his dogs on, and the challenge of seeing the lion treed. It's what the snows bring him each season, and one of the ways he knows these mountains are home.